Let me tell you something. I think this is something that we don't talk about enough. You cannot have the utmost freedom, right, without giving up security. And you cannot have the utmost security without giving up freedom. If you want the security and provisioning and leadership of a man, you must be willing to give up some of your freedom. The problem is that modern day women think, oh, I want to still be free and, you know, out there and doing whatever I want while still having a traditional man at home that's going to take care and support me. That's not how it goes. If you want a traditional man that's going to have all the duties and roles that you want him to be, breadwinner, authoritative, decisive, assertive, dominant, masculine, etc., well, you need to be a feminine woman in return. And being a feminine woman in return means not having and courting guys around that are friends when we know that they want to have sex with you. Because women don't bring much utility outside of sex. No offense.
I hope that any woman that saw this video was able to resist the urge of getting instantly triggered and instead listen closely, because this explanation was perfect. Women, please understand that you can't have it both ways. There will always be a drawback to every advantage and vice versa. If you want a man that will fulfill his duties of protecting you, providing for you, etc., then you need to understand that naturally there will be certain restrictions that come along with that, and including but not limited to what Myron said about having a Rolodex of men at the ready, even if they are just friends. Women need to understand that when you are dating a man or in a relationship with a man, he doesn't care if those other guys are just friends, because he knows that being just friends isn't going to stop them from smashing if given the chance. I don't care what type of friendship you think you have, most men will risk it all at the drop of a hat if the simple possibility of sex is on the table. Do you agree with what was said in this clip? Let me know in the comments.
What's your most controversial dating opinion?
That women should teach themselves or learn to be less masculine and more feminine, and that men should be less feminine and more masculine. Such as, for example, women should focus more on family rather than work and be more family oriented, as well as taking care of their partner, like laundry, cooking, cleaning, things like that. Or at least if they do work, then staying in an environment that is more feminine than masculine, while the man provides financial support and such, and the woman focuses on the family and household.
Weren't you selling your feet pics like a month ago for $40,000 a month?
Brian.
It's crazy to me that what she said is controversial in the world we live in today. She literally said nothing out of the ordinary. What she said has been the norm across cultures around the world, including Western society, for centuries. But the unfortunate reality is that's no longer the case in modern Western society, and it doesn't seem like that's going to change anytime soon. Nevertheless, I would encourage all women, especially young women, to follow that advice if you want a chance of finding a high-value man.
Female life is more valuable than male life. If someone comes in this door with a gun, we are prepared to die to protect you. We would die on the Titanic so the women could live. If we talk about 5 men dying in a car crash, no big deal. If you talk about 5 women dying in a car crash, it's a big deal. Female life is super valuable, and you are super valuable members of society, and you have something very, very important to do. You're so important that we'll go put ourselves on the line and take all the responsibility. When we say we are leading, well, I'm not trying to degrade females. I know you get triggered instantly because you live in a Western society where you feel like that's an insult. We're not trying to insult you. We're saying that it's a man's job to lead. He can't protect and provide if he isn't leading.
I have to agree with Tate here. When are modern women going to realize that realistically, they have all the power? If they would get out of their own way and stop with the nonsense, they would be able to use that power however they choose to get anything they wanted from most men. A huge driving factor for most men is females. Why do you think that most men want a nice car, for example? A lot of times, it's not even for him. It's because he knows that women more often than not are attracted to men that have nice cars. If modern women would allow men to play their position and fill their role required of them as the man in the relationship, and the women did the same, most of the issues we have regarding relationships would disappear completely. Do you agree with what was said in this clip by Andrew? Let me know in the comments.